Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at DOT. We've had quite a big sell-off here, so we're going to be discussing what we think is going on and whether we see this as continuation to the downside and potentially looking to set new lows, or whether we could still look to rally to the upside. So let's get into it. So what we are looking for here, and the way I'm counting it currently, is a five-wave move into this high point over here. So with this said, we can look at this move over here in a couple of ways. So we could look at it as a corrective pattern that still needs to come down. Uh, we really wanted to come down towards this zone of either this previous fourth wave here sitting at this 556 area, or alternatively lower down towards this 548 to this 472 zone. So this is the ideal location we'd be looking for a wave 2 or a B wave here. We haven't come down to it, so it's making me think that either this is starting to extend up from here, or alternatively, we still have to come down to these points at a later date, or we could have already started. So let's talk about these potentials here. So there is still a bullish potential where we could look to rally, where we could just argue that this move down here was the correction and is done. But with the way that it moved up here, ideally we'd like to see a bigger correction, and that's why I haven't ruled out the fact we could do something like this as a flat correction here and actually look to come back down towards this fourth wave low here, somewhere within this range. So that'll be something we're looking out for. I have started to break down, but really until we take this low of what is this low here? This low of 587, we do have that potential to actually still continue to push to the upside. So we need to just bear that in mind. We have faced rejection off of the 0.702 of this move to the downside here. So we also need to be cautious of that. We could look to, like I said, push up higher here, but really we have had quite a big rejection off this level. So it'll be important to see whether we can manage to find support potentially on these levels here of the $6 area, which would tie in quite nicely with some of these structures over here. Alternatively, like I said, lower down would be the area we're looking for. Lowest would want to come is this 472. So let's get into the actual counts now. So what I'm looking at within this, like I said, we completed into there. So either we could look at something like this, in which we're looking for a flat correction to come down, come to the downside, and then we would have to treat this as basically an A, a B, and a C to the upside. So we'd be looking at this as an A wave, this is a B wave, and then looking for the C wave to the downside. Ideally, this would be a five-wave structure. So we don't have five-wave structure as of yet. We have potential that we could get some extension in here, which would then actually look to meet that criteria, and we're going to go over that right now. So within this, we'd be looking for the potential to break down, and really what I want to see for better, cleaner structure would actually be a pushing down towards the 6357 area. If we do manage to push down towards this zone, then what we'd be looking at is within these subwaves here, I'd look at this as a 1, 2, this would be additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially a third into here, and then looking for this fourth wave and a fifth wave down, potentially into this zone of the 6357 zone. So this would be looking at this as having a series of ones and twos here, and then basically looking for this white circled third wave to come into play. And what we'd be looking for off the back of that would be basically this fourth wave retracement. We wouldn't want this fourth wave retracement, though, to cross above this area here of this 688. If we do come down into this zone one more time and potentially even target out this 1618, we'll have to watch this move to the upside. If it takes this wave 1 area, then effectively it would invalidate this count as a fourth and a fifth here. However, really until we actually take these highs here of these wave twos, which would be here at the 738 and this 757, we'd still have to be careful of further extension down here. We can also at the moment just count this as a three-wave move as an ABC, even if we do move down to this zone. So what we need to see is if we do move down to the 6357, whether we get a three-wave move up, face rejection in this zone of this box area here, which is this 6851 to the 672 zone. If we do face rejection within there, then my target zone for that fifth wave would be the 627 to the 6134. Then we'd be looking for that potential to see this additional fourth wave up into the same zone as this fourth wave that we had here, and then looking for this fifth wave to the downside. So that would be the ideal wave count if we were looking for this C wave to the downside. And that could look to bring us actually towards a 610 to this 592 area. So this yellow box area would be a typical zone that a C wave would travel off of this A wave extension, and that would be that 1.236 to that 1618, which is the lower range of this. So if it does progress deeper here, potentially we could look to move down towards this 5786. An area of interest for me here, even though we've broken out of this channel, would be actually to see how we react along the center line again here. If we did move into that zone, it would actually tie in quite nicely with our fifth wave here. So it'll be interesting to see. If we do get this as a corrective structure, what we could then actually see is be on the lookout for actually is having five wave structure developing again to the upside, where this becomes an A wave, this becomes a B, and then we get this C wave to the upside. So we'll have to be aware of that. If we did see something like that playing out, potentially we could look to move up to, depends how low we come down here, but potentially we could still look to move up towards this 996 area. So, this is the way we could still move up in a three wave move. However, like I said, we need to be careful because we faced rejection in this box, and we could actually look to break down from this point. Whether that's deeper here when we find support, and then we look to rally at again. So we could look to even within this structure, we could still form another three wave move here, and then actually move down deeper, and then actually look to come target out these zones here. But once this starts getting a bit too big here, it becomes less likely that it's part of the structure. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. And basically, what we would be looking for is that potential of whether we can argue that we've actually completed into here, and this is where we've just been rejected, and then we take this low. If we take this low of this 4224, we would invalidate any potential of an impulse off of this move here. So that's what we're looking out for, the potential to come to the downside. So now we haven't actually invalidated this potential for a bullish structure here. And like I said, at the moment, all we have is three-way structure to the downside. It can develop into that five-wave move, and we've got our target zones for that to play out. But really, at the moment, all we have is a three-wave move down here. So this could quite easily turn around and start to form another five-wave move to the upside here. So we'll be keeping an eye on this. And that could be looking for the possibility of either looking at a bigger five-wave move, which could be looking to target out this 1052 area as a wave three. And then what we'd be looking for is we want to see good five-wave structure, finding support, and then starting to see that impulsive break to the upside, looking for this zone of this 1052. If we do move up there, we'd be looking for a three-wave structure back down to this fourth wave, and then looking for that potential to move up again in that fifth wave to the upside. So these are all things that can play out as long as we hold above this low point here of this 5878. So the only thing about this is we'd have to count this move up as having an extension within a fifth wave if we want to count it as a five-wave move, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth wave extension. Now, these aren't as common as the third wave extension, so I am being just a little bit cautious on it because we can also just argue it's a three-wave structure. If it's just a three-wave structure, then effectively it would indicate that we're going to continue down here and look to actually potentially take this low. So, we need to be a little bit careful within this move that we have developing here. But the ideal location for this wave two to complete would be between this 6582, which we've already come into. So this is already in the golden pocket of this move to the upside. And the lowest we really want to see is this 6265. If we do break below this zone, what I'd be looking out for potentially, like I said, be this channel line, which is currently sitting towards this $6.10 area. But even a move down towards the $6 zone could be an interesting area because we have actually retested this quite a few times. If we do maintain this and we actually come back into the $6 area, potentially we could then look still to rally to the upside, but we'd have to just be mindful of how we get there because we do have that potential of those extensions. If we form this five-wave move down into there, we could be setting ourselves up for a double bottom here and then looking to push up one more time. So there's a couple of, possibilities within the move. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave it there. We'll try to keep you up to date once we get a bit more information. If we do, in fact, if we do move to the upside, I would still be cautious around this zone of this 50%, the 714 all the way up to the 757 because like I said, we could look at this potentially as a B, and then if we are looking at the rather WX and a Y, it is possible that we could see this develop rather as a corrective structure here, where we get this as an A, we come back up into these zones here. This golden pocket area is quite interesting here. The 736 to the 732, and then also the 786 would be a retest of these highs here. So if we do move back up into the zone, just be cautious because this could then look to actually form an a B, and then actually look to push down further in a C wave. And then that would actually invalidate all those 5 wave counts that we were counting here, but also still look to push lower and potentially come back towards this lower zone here of this bottom here at the $6 range. So keep an eye on it. It needs a bit more time to play out. Like I said, for as long as we hold this green box area, we can still look for that bullish potential to actually move to the upside. But yeah, the longer it takes to sort of move down here, the less likely it becomes. And as soon as we start to lose this 625, that $6 range, once we start breaking into that area, as a wave two, it's not very common anymore. So we'd have to just be careful of that. Okay, everyone, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bells notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. Once in the general chat area, just mention a member of staff. We'll be happy to help you out with anything you may need. In the description, you'll also find a link to affiliate links for BYBIT and PrimeXBT, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis for our trading. So if you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great weekend. We'll see you in the next one.